Hello everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Welcome. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read as well as 12 card read for all 12 signs after the Divine Masculine read. I wanted to bring up a few things from a read I did last night as well. It was right before midnight. It was for the Divine Feminine actually. And I don't want to read through all of it, but I do want to give you some of the highlights that came up, because there's a lot of wounding stuff and some really special channeled messages that came up during the masculine read today. So I would stay tuned if I were you, especially if you are a twin. There's definitely some messages coming up. Krakow was definitely coming up yesterday and today. And actually Krakow was the central Nazi center for the government during the war. And there's a lot of releasing. Don't forget, it's the full moon. So if you're purging, crying, stuff that you didn't think was going to come up came up. Just remember, it's the full moon. It's good. It's okay. You know, it's good. Everything should be coming up to release. And let's see what else was coming up. The feminine read that I did last night just happened to be at 11:44 to 45, which is the exact time that I was born. So I love when stuff like that comes up. And I was, yesterday, if you listen to my read, I was getting Sugar House Casino. So I just spontaneously decided to go there with my neighbor last night. So that was kind of an interesting experience. I actually lived in Atlantic City for 2 years, so I'm very familiar with the casino community. But it's not something I do. And thought it'd be interesting just to check out the casino that's here now, because I've never really been in there before. So it was interesting, and it definitely is a casino environment, but, we walked away fine without any great loss of money, but it's just something interesting to do. Maybe I was meant to go into the casino to transmute some of the energies there. I don't know, but I was definitely inspired to do it. So some of the other stuff that was coming up last night in that read was not only Krakow, but also the divine Jew was coming up in the coding, so that for me references Jesus. Also Druids, and also the irony of New York City was coming up. That was very interesting. Also the Ma tie. So there's a tie to the mother as far as the bridge or the gateway for the twins, the hermit, the children. Also the name Maddie came up as well. Let's see here. They did mention about Krakow also, how before the war, how all the different types of Jewish communities, lived in harmony. It was they called it a very spiritual life, Jewish life there. Also, George Washington and Alexander Hamilton came up. Thursday, August 28th was a date that came up with them, as far as the character of an honest man and the firmness and virtue as being president and that kind of thing. Also, he and she is me came up, the invisibility of the consciousness and light in the divine body of Ruchina Avatar, the 17 companions of the true dawn horse. That came up. Also around Christian worship, a matter of justice. So 3 important activities were coming up, not only resurrection and ascension, but justice. And it went on about justice information. Also academia.edu came up. So also was that the first one? Homily stories came up, Easter 6, Sunday B, or 13, I'm not sure which that was. And then love, preparing for lepers. So lepers was important, and I definitely have seen a past life with my twin as a leper. So that was important wounding to come up and clear. And talking about, not being able to deal with lepers. People don't want to come around because the smell is so bad. It's very difficult to be around them. So let's see what else was coming up here. Go ye, a command, not an option, extreme measures, igniting, you are the will of God in your life. So basically, you are the last word of your life in your connection to your higher self, okay? So that was coming up for the Divine Feminine. There's some other stuff too. Going for the jugular came up, as well as Krakow again, as far as the devil is coming up, the devil's invasion and Hitler. And the Jews' recovery, as well as the Roman Empire, Julius Caesar, Trump, Martin Luther King Jr., slavery around the world. So all that was coming up to transmute. Also, it's funny because it's 9:14, and on the machine last night, $9.14 came up on the machine, so that was kind of cool. 9:14 actually happens to be the day that my anniversary for my kid's dad. So there are definitely wounds to come up today. Also, coming up during that read last night was rejection of the Queen of Cups and their awakening, an Empress reversed in uncomfortable emotions, and she came up again reversed. The Queen of Cups and the Empress both came up reversed in the read today. Romantic feelings and expressing your love. Overworking. So this was talking about in the read last night, the Page of Wands, masked boy with that flame inside, the Page of Wands. Overworking or done aligning, the Knight of Wands rushing in, hitting someone. I was definitely getting a hit and run. So it could be figuratively where, you know, they just ran over people who didn't deserve it. Or someone may have, I was literally seeing a hit and run. So someone may, a Page of Wands, that energy of a divine masculine, or someone else, could have been a child as well, overworked or late to work. So they were rushing and hit someone, or just so preoccupied with selfish pursuits, running over everyone in their path. And then someone praying every day, clearing the blocks around blind justice. So that was coming up. Yeah. What else? And then Ben Franklin also came up. It was coming up around healing the King of Cups reversed. In an illness or unhappiness, plan to see the light, about purging and suffering and isolation. Lightning strikes metal, even scales and measures. What good is a broken scale, and how can you measure what's actually even, you know, when it comes right down to it? An offer of love to deal with emotions in a bold move, to patience and taking one step at a time. Ben Franklin came up here with the clock tower, and then the E tower of Rapunzel. For me, that's the divine feminine's heart. But Rapunzel and the feminine being Rapunzel, and in the masculine's mind, this way he feels like she's safe and locked away, that nobody can hurt her. Keeping her protected from the powers that be, stressed out and suffering, the Knight of Wands stuck in emotions, and the King of Pentacles reversed, getting real about healing and forgiving lack of satisfaction, and death and transformation. The Dark Knight walking over dead bodies in the 4D bridge, purgatory, and the Grim Reaper wins, but the cheese stands alone, on his own in a foreign land of murkiness, grounding and integrating the King of Wands rejection in the past, overworking it, without peace and powerlessness. The Page of Wands with flame and truth of lack of affection from lover, the challenge being ascension, path in the world, happy family, emotional fulfillment, and the injustice of not leaving, hurt feelings not going away, strategizing, stressful, the Knight of Wands getting busy working out possibly, and then letting go of everything until death do us part, grounding and integrating the truth, but no peace in his life. So it's still like him battling within himself in the feminine read yesterday. And then we're going to go now into the masculine read, so you get the current update of energies, because of the full moon, there was like an eclipse or a sudden change of things or awakenings, knowing, that kind of stuff. So let's get right into it. It is the 14th today, which is the Temperance card. The Angels, patience and balance. 14 is a 5, which is expansion, change, and freedom. But it is the Temperance card. And then we have the 35 today. The date adds up to 35, which is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, very much for me, Mary Magdalene energy. And she comes up in the read today as well. The Compass and your True North was coming up today as well. And Sending Wishes. And Wishing on a Star was definitely coming up during the read as well. Let's see here. Oh, definitely there was sexual energy coming up for me from my twin. Probably between around 10:30 this morning. Definitely strong sexual energy coming up. And then I got it at 12, around 12:03, which is the Hangman and the Empress. I got a really bad stomach ache all of a sudden. It lasted a few minutes. Yeah, about 7 minutes. That's not a good feeling. Like, I haven't felt that kind of stomach ache feeling since I was a little girl, so that wasn't a nice feeling. So then we get into the read. It was done at 12:27 to 28 this afternoon. 28 and 27. 27 is the Ace of Wands. 28 is the Two of Wands. So the New Passion and then the Twin Flames. And the 12 of the Hangman. So hanging out, either being still or in limbo or looking for new perspectives, whichever it is for you today. But we have the Temperance and the Wounded Warrior. You know, so being patient and balanced in surrender, because we did have surrender today for the Wounded Warrior. So that was good. The major arcana for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames today, and again, this is for the Divine Feminines and their Divine Masculine within them as well. And it is a general reading, don't forget. So if something doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. It is a big reading. It's for lots of people. So not all the storylines are going to resonate with you, which is fine. Take what resonates and leave the rest. There's definitely messages. There are channeled messages coming through here today. We got a lot today. So let's get going. We have the major arcana of Karma and Justice today. Karma is like the Judgment card, and then Justice is, it's Divine Justice in the Sirian Starseed deck, but Justice. Before the read, we have Guidance, which is like the Hierophant, and then after the read, we have Transition, which is like the Death card. We have 2 swords, 2 wands, 4 cups, and 1 pentacle. So a lot of cups for the masculine, which has to do with getting into their emotions today, which is good. The numbers and the code line were all about compassion and teaching and learning, and also Compass came up with compassion. Let's see, there was the Page of Pentacles and the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups came up in the read. Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. And also before the read, the Page of Cups came up. That was reversed, but that was the underlying energy. And the message here around compassion and teaching and learning, I was getting Christ TV. So for me, that was like the third eye. For clear, high vibrational energy, the student-teacher relationship, which came up in the numerology cards as well, teaching and learning. So that high vibrational student-teacher of thoughts and words and divine expansion, okay, and revolving around compassion here. And also having to do with the Divine Feminine, because the Eve E also came up. But to see TV for clear destiny, high vibration, also for the wise one, the collective consciousness, and again, the destiny and or high vibration, seeking urgent King of Swords to solve the problems of only being half of the co-creation, because you need the 2 lowercase i's, the 2 chakra systems to be around the V, because V is, for me, is the code for, you know, co-creation. But you don't really have that co-creation unless you have both of those lowercase i's around the V. And this having to do with the Hierophant, the change, a Taurus, expansion and freedom, compassion, teaching and learning from each other. So it has to do with parents and children as well. So maybe use TV as a tool to learn with your children. Watch shows that are educational. Is there anything else coming up here? Maybe there's a channel 4 that's important for someone to watch. Or maybe the 4th eye as opposed to the 3rd eye. Direction. There's urgent direction needed for teaching and learning. 5E was also coming up. And then just figuring out where you want to go with this, the direction of teaching and learning. Where specifically do you want to go with this, with what you want to do with your twin? Also then online, the Secret Service agents, before, during, and after the JFK ... came up in the header. So secrets, you know. Secret Service, that was from vincepalomara.blogspot.com. It was a whole list of all of the Secret Service agents over the years. It went on and on and on. I never even got to the list, to the end of the list. So some definitely different names were coming up for some reason. I don't know why. But 1951 was coming up. 51 is the King of Swords, which was very significant in the read today. Also the names Raymond Horton came up. Memphis again. Tennessee came up twice today. And Dallas. So Robert A. Stewart from Dallas. He was involved in the Secret Service 1930s to 65. During the Truman and Eisenhower eras, was in Memphis, Tennessee in 1951 until 56. But 51 came up twice, as well as Tennessee came up twice. And then Rudolph McDavid also came up, Miami, Florida office. So here's Florida again, because it came up yesterday. And that was around LBJ era, and Jacksonville, Florida office as well. And then Raymond Horton came up, and Rufus Youngblood was important here too in 1951. Urbanus, or U.E. Bowman, Baughman, was the chief in 1948 to September of 61, which is the year I was born. So that was kind of cool that that month came up, the month that I was born. He was the chief, and he was also in the Philadelphia office, so that was weird. So there's some connection for me maybe in Philadelphia, but that might be something for you guys as well. But that was during FDR. And then Newark came up there, Washington, D.C. in the field office there. Margaret Truman, so the White House there. And then New York, 1947 to 48. And then the JFK era, and then that person retired that month, 961, the month of my birth, and died November 78, so that might be important for you. Another heading came up, page 65Y. So for me that was significant, because 65 is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles was important again today, it was yesterday. And then the Y is the Y in the road. So the King of Pentacles at the Y in the road. And that came up from the gospelgazette.com. And then the UFDC University of Florida EDU came up. So again, Florida was significant. So there's a lot of places here. I think people are being called to, do some traveling, do some grid work, take your energies, transmute somewhere else. So we're going to get right into the read. The numbers that came up here had to do with compassion and teaching and learning. 19 was on the code line, which is the sun, the masculine energy, which came from 4, 5, and 9. So the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. And then 45 of the 5 of Cups came up. So grieving, important to grieve and let your emotions come out. 9, 10, begin again. 44 says, keep getting off the horse. If you fall off, keep coming back on every time. 44 is the 4 of Cups, the mastering, grounding, and integrating. 22, the Fool for me. That's from the numerology book, the Divine Triangle. 22, the Fool, taking a leap of faith. 22, 41 also came up. So again, the Fool. And 41 is the Ace of Cups, which was upright today. 24, which is the Queen of Wands. 57, the 3 of Swords. And 79 for me is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. So let's see, getting right into the read here. It starts off with the 2 of Orbs reversed. All right, so we see them here. This is the 2 of Orbs, and underneath that we have the Page of Cups reversed, or chalices. It's chalices, crystals, flames, and orbs. Did I say that already? Yeah, so crystals, chalices, flames, and orbs are the suits for the Sirian Starseed deck. But I just say, the normal cups and wands and stuff like that so you understand. So the Page of Cups reversed is there. This is the 2 of Cups also reversed in this read today. Then we have the Hierophant here and the 4 of Swords or orbs here. 2 of Swords or orbs on top. So of the ones you can't see, there you go. So the clarity of rejection, vulnerability, disconnect, commitment, and rest, quiet, prayer, and 5D. There's enough information here for the masculine to decide about an energy ball. The Queen of Swords speaks to implementing a plan to release from imprisonment, spreading the word about love offered, and solid in their truth. And 111 was coming up in 113. So the Magician and Justice, and the Magician and the Portal. And I keep getting that the portal's closing the past day or two. So the Magician and the Portal closing. The death, the transformation, the transition point. The Queen of Swords, so rejected and vulnerable because the Divine Masculine turned his back and wouldn't even offer or accept the truth that conquering the Divine Feminine was like taking a crown from a baby. Realizing his defeat or triumph, another notch of female attention upon his bedpost, was no victory at all. For a baby's not out to get you. All they want to do is love you. The Divine Masculine grieving for the part of himself he ran right over. And then the movie Death Race 2000 came up for me. So I'm dating myself because this was when I was very young, and I'm almost 58 years old. So Death Race 2000 was a movie about all these race cars that had killing devices on the front of them, and they would get points for killing people. So a lot of them, to get a lot of points, would go try to find new babies because babies were worth the most points. So again, babies are most valuable points to win in the killing race. It's all about the win, not humanity, or all about being seen as the good guy, the Superman, the one who saves the day. You see the extreme good guy. You see the extreme good guy and the bad guy are the same energetically, because one kills you for your energy and the other takes your power away but keeps you alive to suffer and be the victim, so he can continue to be the hero. So no hero without the victim perpetrator template, polarization. Also, someone is hitting the ball out of the park. Love offered can do that in a message, news, or a child's game. Child's play. The whistleblower, secret service, undercover, spy, untruth, hiding to deceive another. The good guy, bad guy, again, polarized. Both go down in history. His story, not ours, not the feminine. The whistleblower shows one hand, but not the other, whereas the spy hides both hands, completely secret and under the radar. The magician performs the deception for people's pleasure because they are bored. They are willing to be deceived rather than go inward and see themselves and be still. The wounded warrior reversed. Their surrender is to see his own heart, the wounds that need to be addressed, the steering committee of the human body, the piece of the divine masculine that's been removed from this equation. And the only card in this read today that was separate from the read was the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords stands alone outside this read. Grieving loss, sadness, regret, guilt, and shame. The victims go to justify wrongdoing that you cannot be forgiving until you've done penance. Like doing and saying whatever you want because you believe you go to confession, it'll automatically clear your slate and you can do whatever you want again. You can continue to hurt others until you learn that what you do to others you are doing to yourself. Denying, hurting, deeming lesser than, unworthy of love, until one day you are feeling sad because you actually know you were wrong about someone who offered real love, and you thought you were above it or below it, all at the same time. And then you had to stop and review why. And that was at 139. Which is the Magician and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is upright today. And so is the Magician. So review why you would deny yourself love and continue to accept less than, continuously punish self as opposed to forgiveness. No choice is difficult. It is either truth or it is not truth. It's what you perceive will happen in the fallout, hurting others' feelings and looking like the bad guy, when how can you be the bad guy for expressing truth with love? If someone judges you for that, are they worth being in your life? Separation, heartbreak, grief, and powerlessness. All only so if you live according to someone else's GPS system and not your own compass, your true north. The path you know is of your higher self, source, love, creator, God, collective consciousness, etc. The separation from self, uncentered and unbalanced in your divine masculine and divine feminine dance, being not at 0 point, wandering out into the wilderness or the wild, the Y in the road, the third baton you just won't let go of, and in doing so you take everyone down who truly supported you, leaving the third runner down on the ground, in the dirt, kicked in their face, and you at the wheel, at the helm, now with loss of money, power, and independence, left with guilt and shame, all before you were afraid to open up, or all because you were afraid to open up your own heart, afraid you'd bleed again, that if you'd open your chest, they'd all take a piece of your heart and leave you for dead. So instead, you do it to yourself instead, not giving them the pleasure. Yet where's the joy here in taking yourself down? There is none. You've surrounded yourself with people you think you can control and denied yourself an open, honest life of love. There is no race, only you to face, love to be, to give and receive, to allow others the respect to get hurt and be in charge of their own process of expansion, to allow their hearts to crack open. Krakow, the concentration camps, Jesus on the cross. How many more examples do you need of those who rose up and overcame to see that there's only ever love in the end? That we are all one, and I'm getting big connection through this, and I was when I was writing it as well. We are all one, the dark and the light, the horse and the trainer. It just takes patience and trust. Love versus fear is love, patience, trusting, compassion, and joy versus fear, pain, disconnect, running away from self, codependency, and addiction. Clearly feeling powerless, the wounded warrior cries and surrenders. The quantum leap, the reset after the cry of the warpath you've been on, and now retreating in the aftermath of sudden death and destruction, the 4D bridge, purgatory, but also the rainbow bridge, being able to sit in uncomfortable space between, to hang out, be still and wise, to see something differently, if you choose, or just to be. Nothing to prove, you see. The only real job or mission on this earth is to be love, and connected to all in as many moments as we can handle that high vibration as humans, then rest at night and eat to nourish our avatar bodies. Be human. And I turned the page, it was 157, which is the Magician and the Three of Swords. So again, that three-way situation, heartbreak, hurt feelings, whatever it is. Could even be some kind of surgery as well. After talking about being human and, our avatar bodies, then the H becoming the 4 on top of the 4, the chairs stacked, comes again as human. So that's the H of the 4 and the 4, which for me, the 4 stacked on top of the 4 is the same thing as the 8 of this single person, balance in the dance of the masculine and feminine. And then the U is the Holy Grail with connection. And Holy Grail is the feminine, the holder of the cup, or holder of the energy. But the tail is with connections, and then man, the man, to fill that with his Holy Communion. So 314 came up because today's September 14th, and Pi Day, or 314, plus 6, love, or the lovers, equals 914. So Pi Day is coming up here, and the lovers, the 6-month twins, the 35 of Mary Magdalene, or millimeters, was coming up. 35 mag was just coming up for me. But Pi Day and the lovers, the 6-month twins for Pi Day, the 35 Mary Magdalene, wounded warrior on the cross with Jesus. In March to April, showers that bring May flowers, with weddings in June, the summer to vacate, and September to get back to business of compassion and endings. The hermit wise one and the collective consciousness. To October, destined new beginnings. Yes, 10, but also it's the 7th sign, or Libra, at the Jewish New Year, the 17 of the 10 plus the 7 in October as we change over. Or 10 plus 7, the galactic July 7. But from there, for the galactic realm, they don't care. There is no 3D time. November, the 11, is justice to pay debts. The tax man, Matthew, the karmic tax. 12 is December, to wrap things up. For the hangman, Jesus, to come break bread with you. Breaking the cycle and bringing the new, the January magician and divine masculine to be inspired again and to try again, to be driven and motivated by possible love in February, the 2, the divine feminine and Valentine's Day. The constant reminders not to buy gifts, but to be love every day and never give up. Just show up and be love. That's all that's required. Take me down off the cross. Crossed wires of miscommunication. I never promised you a rose garden. I only promised that to Mary. I was human too. Give me a break off of this cross. so I can sit at the table every day like you. No cross to bear, no sacrifice to make, just food and wine and love and joy to taste. Take me down so we can rise together, end the war within so we can end the war without. The hanged man has their right leg tied up only because the masculine part of you needs constant root reminders to stretch past the root of safety and security administration to sensuality and creativity, openness and heart, speaking his truth and his third eye and enjoying his crowning moments. Make the effort, divine masculine. Beneath that was passion. And all of this last line came out at 222. Room 222 was all about counselors and guidance. The hangman, the chariot reversed, love and war and peace. All is fair, not in love and war, but all is fair at the fair. At the den of thieves is the den of thieves. And this was turning at 224, which is the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. All is not fair in love and war. All is fair at the fair. At the den of thieves is the den of thieves. A lie is a lie. But whose lie is it? You see, to be human is all about perspective. His, hers, and ours. But to be love is divine. His, hers, and infinity and beyond. Cars overturned, breakdowns, trips, and moves canceled. People hanging still or in limbo, near death, dark night, or clinging to life, or near-death experience. Taming the beast at the beach, beached, or Florida palms and big feet, or Bigfoot. The Queen of Swords war widow is longing, but only served in justice, that no medicine can heal. Unable to look in the mirror, the masculine refusing to look back at her. The divine masculine unable to justify hurting the one he loves. If he sees the divine feminine, he admits then that he knew better. He'd have to admit he's human and not perfect, not Superman and not holier than thou or omniscient. The war widow, ego tamed, is strong. Could be a Leo here as well, but good in their positive energy. But injustice is weak, or Libra, or court cases are incomplete. Bare feet and walking on tippy toes. One being natural, but the other is sneaking around in the house, or sneaking out at night, or leaving candles burning, or hot irons on, a bell waiting to be rung, and a pin cushion all pinned out. They can't take anymore. The Leo could be holding their breath, or taking a bore to the dentist, pulling teeth, or an abscess, or the old-fashioned way, or putting the bore under, or learning mouth-to-mouth CPR, resuscitation, or holding someone's hair back so they can throw up. Declawing or teeth, an animal, or putting an animal down. It's not fair, someone's saying. Or boot camp under palms, where they don't care what you think is fair. And again, that was at 242, which reflects the time prior to this, which was 224. So 20 is very interesting now, too, because 2 is the High Priestess, 42 is the Two of Cups, 24 is the Queen of Wands, and my mother and father's soul numbered. My mother was 24, and my father was 42. And they're both 6s, so it's very much about family love. So that everyday kind of love, the practical love. Physical activity came up for the masculine here, which is number 67, the Knight of Pentacles, the very slow, patient one that takes everything slowly and carefully. But physical activity was coming up, and then underneath that was creativity for the masculine, which is number 3, the Empress. So the Empress and the Knight of Pentacles, they were both coming up here, but reversed today. Dumping all that doesn't serve and choosing a path. Both may sting a little, but one offers 5 dark birds and a dark mountain to climb, and the other path offers clear skies, but both paths offer a deer waiting. So this is why it's difficult for the masculine to discern. The war is over, the swords are down, hands down, apologies made. The messenger of truth, or the knight in shining armor, is on his way. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is still and stubborn, looking over their shoulder in deception and the early morning hours, forced to drop their burdens or confess, or they're hurt physically and on bed rest. They can't work. The deer hunter is hunted or haunted by stingers in the woods or poisons, arrows and spears and ferns, lasers and temperature equipment, inner workings of machinery, and all hell breaking loose at work. Gears shifted or overturned, dark devil dogs and deviled crab haven't learned their lessons. 252 is the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Remember that assume makes an ass out of you and me, and fumes may be a problem when someone assumes that someone else did it and didn't, whether it's due diligence and safety at work or at home, or just assuming you know who did something you didn't like when you don't have the facts of who was right and who lied, who you may have trusted. So the signs coming up here were Cancer times 2, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, and Leo, but just earth and air signs in general as well. If you didn't choose one of those deer on the path, you may choose to run, because now both deer you were hunting may now be after you. And those deer may turn into the dark devil dogs they actually are, but we're deceiving you. One knight up and one is down on the pathway and in despair. The mature man may be honored or already honored for something that wasn't his to get honored for, and may now feel guilt of what he did, or sick about a privileged lady now with unexpected income. A big surrender, a fall, a confession, or dropping of all physical burdens, now clearly powerless and dependent, hanging in limbo of injustice and physical activity, or lack thereof. So 67 comes up again, which is the Knight of Pentacles, reversed, out on disability, or out on strike, or just being lazy. So when we're going to go into recently now, but I'm going to tell you the cards. I'm going to show you the cards. But let me tell you the signs and the court cards first. We have the signs that were upright and reversed, which means two people or one person with both the negative and positive aspects of that sign, are Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer. So a lot of them were both up and down. Then we have Gemini just upright, Sagittarius upright, Aquarius upright, and Libra reversed. The Emperor was upright, the Empress was reversed today, and the Lovers were upright, but the Two of Cups were reversed. And again, last night the full moon was at 12:32 here on the East Coast. The Aces were all upright except for the Ace of Pentacles today. The Kings were all upright except for the King of Pentacles. So the Aces, the New Beginnings, and the Kings were right in line with each other. The Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles were upright. All of the Knights were reversed except the Knight of Cups, which was very important today. The Pages were all reversed as well, except for the Page of Swords. So the messages are good and the offerings of love are good. All the other action or kid stuff is reversed. All the 10s were reversed except for the 10 of Swords. All of the 9s were reversed. And of the 8s, they were all reversed except for the 8 of Cups. And the 5s, let's see. The 5s were all, 2. So the 5 of Cups was upright and the 5 of Pentacles upright. So very much about the grief and abandonment and homelessness wounds. So let me show you all the cards and then we'll get back to the read. And then the 12 signs as well. All right, so here's the Two of Orbs here, the underlying energy. The recent past is that 10 of Wands reversed. It's reversed, and you see it's right above it as well, reversed. So times 2, it's reversed today, so that's good, dropping all the burdens. The foundation there is the Judgment card, which is like the opening of the lotus there. The Judgment card there. It's called Karma in this deck. And then the clarification cards you see there. Center of the read is that Page of Pentacles, or crystals here, which is reversed. Challenged by the King of Swords, upright. Then the other underlying energies there, and then we have crowning the reed is that Nine of Cups, but it's reversed. Now we can scan across here the bridge, the 4D bridge, to go over here to the Divine Justice card, and you see them in the white dress. That's the Justice, but that's also reversed. There's injustice here, or unfairness. And the masculine sees himself as that Four of Flames, which is upright today, with all of the romance angels next to it, you see. Around that is the Sage of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups. She's also reversed today. The masculine needs to clear blocks about grieving, which is that Five of Cups card there, where she's grieving. And then we end up on that Knight of Cups, which is upright, with the Death card reversed, the Four of Chalices upright, and the Seven of Swords reversed. But you see in that card there's a balloon there, so it's a little different meaning here. Then we have the numerology cards there, and then we end the clarification cards on the Queen of Pentacles, which was good. And then you see that Three of Swords card is left by itself, so the cheese stands alone as far as broken hearts. Or the Broken Hearts Club also could be the masculine, detaching, that detached heart thing. So we have the 12 cards here, the underlying energies up top. We have 3 decks put out already. So we'll go through each sign with those, as well as summary cards. And I'm going to also clarify with the mini Rider-Waite there. So you have lots to come yet. All right, so let's finish this read, and then we'll get over to the 12 signs. Okay, so recently, there's been no physical activity, or somebody dumped or got dumped or fell and hurt themselves. Libra and Aries are coming up right here in this energy. The Emperor chooses left, the new path, the Divine Feminine side, the injustice of the dysfunctional family, or family issues or loss of wealth or legacy, or loss of a family member perhaps, or of their wealth and abundance. The Ten of Wands reversed, like I told you, came up twice here. When one is up, the other down. Kids, teens, and adults changing directions. Karma was upright, the Judgment card, the Crown opening in the Lotus, the Judgment, X's, announcements, call to actions, hanging out powerless. But centrally is the Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, opportunity, or money, or this is an opportunist energy, which when I clarified the characters here, was coming up as an opportunist. So be careful about that. Someone in need may be playing on your heartstrings, okay? And they could be an opportunist, not someone who's truly in need of help. The Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, opportunity, or this can just be a child as well, but it can be an opportunist, judged by a negative past. Maybe someone who was an opportunist in their past and hasn't gotten past being judged, even though they're a whole different person now. Their childhood, the past returning, or the past coming back to haunt him. The King of Swords is in his truth, that challenge position, completion at the full moon, or no opportunities have come, full circle at night, or just able to manifest or unable to manifest at the false light full moon because of the false light. Feeling helpless, defenseless, powerless, or loss of power, money, independence, or a child feels this way, or even 2 children. Or a Page of Pentacles reversed and a Nine of Pentacles reversed, both which can be children, or they can represent adults in their child or actions, both with financial or energy drains, or they are drains on the Divine Masculine, or just spend too much money on shopping and junk. Clearly new love here, and the challenge being the King of Swords self in his truth and integrity, dumping all his burdens and telling the truth or confessing. The King of Cups stressed out and or suffering loss of power, money, and independence in aligning with all business partnerships. That's clearly now a burden that he can't handle. Defenseless to completion of a cycle, to the world, and to the sealed Divine Feminine, dropped burdens to heal and have dreams come true, defenseless to the messengers of truth, and unhappy or family cycle is ending or just done and over. And that was at 333. So at 333, now crowning is that Nine of Cups, which is also reversed. Now for me, ideally the masculine is Nine of Cups upright and the feminine is the Nine of Pentacles upright in their sovereignty, but they're both reversed, which can be, it doesn't have to be bad, because when they're done finding their sovereignty, they can then turn over, because then now they want to be with someone, they don't want to be single anymore. So it can be that. But it's also coming up as unhappiness with self, no satisfaction, no wish granted, or in judgment, left penniless in need of an opportunity, holding back money or a new life, or saving money, magnetizing, or playing ball to just pass the time and be present in another world. Or the world is spinning or upside down, seeing another perspective of the world. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is amidst her world suddenly upside down, or sudden epiphanies about burdens dropped, or confessions or injuries. The Devil reversed, with codependencies, addictions peeking out to fall into detox. The Queen of Cups reversed, never satisfied, or an alcoholic, or a privileged lady was doing devil's work on the side. All right, so we have a Queen of Pentacles here reversed and a Queen of Cups reversed here. So they could be two different women around the masculine, or they could be two children. They could be a mother and a partner, a mother and a child. It could be lots of different scenarios, so however it fits you. But I did clarify this Queen of Pentacles reverse could be different because the Queen of Pentacles comes out at the end, up on top and upright. So they could be two different earth signs, okay? So it could be three females, or even four, because some of them can have double meanings here in the situation. But there's a lot of reverse energy for the Empress is reversed, the Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles all reversed. And then we have the Queen of Swords is upright, and then the Queen of Pentacles at the end of the read is upright. So a privileged lady might have been doing devil's work on the side, or what someone considers devil work, or finally released from a codependency and depression with an unexpected income coming in. Or someone may have been taking money from someone's wallet, so a child might have money and the parents don't know where it came from. They might have been taking from their parents or someone else, or have some kind of illegal way to make money on the side. And it doesn't have to be children, it could be adults too. But there's addiction related, or two grown children or kids where their worlds are turned upside down in sudden events that have happened. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, or the Queen of Pentacles suddenly cut off the money supply, or it was cut off from her, or suddenly has no money and has to start over herself. The Empress reversed and the King of Wands upright, breaking up a family, someone left on their own accord or kicked out, powerless to new love or self-love now. The Knight of Cups offers love to align with desires. There's an announcement made about a painful ending or betrayal, or severe back pain or an injury in need of an opportunity without being controlled by someone else, to drop their physical burdens and possibly surprise someone, to heal and dream and burn the past completely for a new passion, holding their tongue, defenseless to dream girl, and end a family cycle of unhappiness. Soon comes up injustice with divorcing issues, a Libra reversed, not expressing feelings of loving exchange, coming together to lead the way, to get attention, good news, success, and feeling back in the saddle again, and seeing synchronicities everywhere. The King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed with a message or news of clearing the slate, or someone's up to bat. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as that Four of Wands, the home or union, or the family life, possibly. The Knight of Cups offering love to all. He sees himself as the one who offers love to all, with following of those who've been left behind. Post-war, PTSD, or those stolen from, cheated from, or cheated on, or ghosted here. MIA, to go share with others. Others may be trying to discourage the Divine Masculine from pursuing his love. They may be saying, what are you, crazy? Run this way. Come with us instead. To keep doing our work for us. So someone, whoever's been making him slave for them, they obviously want to keep him so they don't have to do the work themselves. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the Queen of Cups reversed, frustration and uninspired by unhappy family or ending of emotional cycle. The Magician could be hiding behind, he's upright, but maybe hiding behind draining kids or somebody's illness, or hiding due to overexposure and holding on loosely, grounding and saving, and being moderate now. Okay, so that's at 358. That's the Empress and the Four of Swords. So the Empress may be resting. I was also getting towards the 12 signs summary, there may have been someone's mother may have passed. So that might be coming up here. The masculine needs to clear blocks of grief, rest, prayer, and meditation, the 5D, or someone who's been laid to rest, inspiring you, or grief. So these negative things may be inspiring the masculine, and then he may feel guilty about being inspired because of the negative things. Or there may be grief about feeling sexual energy, or feeling sexual energy forced upon you. Juggling two behind the scenes and holding tongue, or dropped both balls and not telling anyone. A low ball to verbal abuse and holding back truth, and the high ball to commitments, Taurus, or brotherhood, or divine marriage or twins, defenseless to messages, news, child, or to an offer of love, and a Taurus now needing to ground and integrate. And that Taurus does not be sun sign, it can be sun, moon, or rising for sure. And then the Knight of Pentacles reverse comes up here. Ungrounded are all about money. And the Queen of Cups reversed, either a Hierophant, could be a Taurus person, purging, crying, or all about emotional manipulation, with a message or news or a child to clarify things. So they may be getting a child to spy for them or get information. Teaching and learning, compassion, and then even more so for the masculine today is forgiveness and adventure. At the gate, discussing, grounding, and integrating rock, paper, scissors, or scissors, magnet, coin, of completing a cycle, his world, the 5D world, and coming full circle. The Empress and the Star or dreams end with the release of a prisoner or hostage situation, or just your own anxieties, frustrated, uninspired, in PTSD after the war, of a whole new world for you and me. That also could be Aries and Aquarius, ending a family, for a new passion held back, a surprise love opportunity that was missed by the masculine, and the Knight of Cups now going for it. A strong taming of the beast and of a decision now clear. Transition portal is closing, coming out suddenly, powerless and financially drained, or Virgo and or Scorpio to end sovereignty of the divine feminine, so no longer being single. And masculine definitely coming up here is dreams of a bride or a trophy wife, and they could be different, coming out different ways, this line. The divine masculine could have dreams of a bride, or separately a trophy wife may be out the window with all of the power and money, so if that was a divorce. A tidal wave of emotions to overcome unhappiness of self and near death, or dead tired. In the experience of the dark night, and wishing upon a star or constellation. Coming out with sudden epiphanies, or draining the divine masculine now gets clarity on. The grounding and integrating of taking that risk to come clean with that red balloon. Water, gold, light, stars, planets, and the wizard in his red hot air balloon, walking away from falling short, frazzled energies, and holding back passions from those in need of help, money, opportunity, or education, walking away from codependencies. And a workplace battle that's over, but still no peace, patient with the Queen of Wands reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed, who are being stubborn or on strike or disabled or just lazy and getting her own way again. Angel is done aligning and disconnected from the Queen of Wands reversed, who's never satisfied. The King of Pentacles reversed may be falling from grace, but for angel face, Queen of Pentacles, all broken hearts aside. And that was at 429. So 4 is the Emperor, and 29 is the Three of Wands, so being present in the moment. As we turn to 430, 30 is the Four of Wands, the Union card of stability. Clear judgment of home, marriage, or union, with the Queen of Cups reversed, dumping everything, or confession, and a need for help or opportunity, or a child in need or doesn't know how to get a job or how to manifest. And the challenge being the King of Swords. He's upright. But there's injustice here and grief of unhappiness alone, or unhappiness with himself, unless he's giving love. Clinging to hope in post-war PTSD, leading to the Queen of Pentacles on top. The King of Pentacles reversed, falling for the Queen of Pentacles, or he's a fool for her, or she got one over on him at his expense. So this could be two different people, either in the divorce where the feminine in the divorce ends up getting, making a killing in the divorce, or it's coming up as the divine feminine where he has fallen for her. Clearly rejected, disconnected, broken up, marriage at rest, to gain clarity, dumping burdens, confessing or stopping physical work due to injuries times 2 possibly. So 2 people getting injuries, or it's the second time you've had this injury. Judgment, calls and announcements, and the crown opening up, to neediness, dissatisfaction, and the challenge of the King of Swords in his truth, integrity. Could be a legal person or professionalism. The home union or celebration is unfair. The Queen of Cups reversed, grieving, an offer of love. And if that is the divine feminine energy, it's that someone grieving that she only gets love in 5D. But I was getting it's more of the karmic energy here, whether it's his partner or a sister or mother or friend around him, that could be different. But if it's the feminine grieving the offer of love only in 5D and left for dead, overlooked, wishing upon a star that somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. The Queen of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Cups reversed is coming up also as a karmic energy saying, can be the feminine as well, can be someone else as well. It could be a child who's grown, it can be a friend or a sister or mother. But I was getting the karmic energy of, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. So I pulled some Kipper cards to see if I could get more information about the different characters here. So they're going to be different for each person who listens to it, but just some other information for you to take into consideration. The Queen of Cups reverse was coming up as a mature woman, a privileged lady with unexpected income. And right after that was coming up bad health, and it could be a father who passed. So she might have had an unexpected income from a father who passed, or maybe someone just who's in ill health because she's getting paid to take care of them. But that's the Queen of Cups reversed. But the second time I clarified was she was also coming up as a false person with expectations. The Queen of Pentacles upright was coming up as, despair of a mature man, of high honor, with thoughts of a woman. So she's that woman he's thinking of. And he's wondering what her expectations are. And does she think I'm wealthy? Does she think I have dependents? Does she think I'm divorced? Or does she think I have court issues or financial issues? Or is the mature man worried that this other man wants to use the expectant lady and the little girl for her money and marry her for money? So that was coming up as well. The one also could be one with the message. That can very much be the divine feminine, and a man who's thinking of her. And they could both be impoverished, whether it's their money or their emotions or spirituality, feeling poor. But the Queen of Pentacles was coming out as one with a message. So then the King of Swords was coming out as courtship and journey and occupation. So possibly having the idea of wanting to travel with their twin for work, or that's what they do for their work, is they travel, but also with their partner in a courtship. And then the Page of Pentacles was coming up as the opportunist, literally, the poor boy. And this also might be a history of being an opportunist, like when they were young, they had nothing, so they might have done some illegal or immoral things, just because they had to. But again, it can be the poor boy that scams women, or was accepted by a community, right? So they felt very loved and accepted finally because they didn't have anyone when they were young, like the orphan who gets accepted by a community, but is now ghosted and wanting revenge. This Page of Pentacles has some negative tones to it. The Judgment card comes up as the coffin and the main male message of concern and a wealthy man. So the main man may have inherited wealth, and now because they have the money can now want to court someone and travel. So that was coming up very similar to what the other information was. So now I'm going to go into the 12 card read. So I'll turn this a little bit over here so you can see the cards a little bit better. Okay. All right, you just can't, that's the tower up top at the top of the water signs. So we have all the 12 signs. This is the 5th card down in the underlying energies is the Lover. And I have to tell you, I was just doing them randomly last night, and the Lovers kept coming up last night. So it's upright. I just want to give you that energy because that's very positive. So the tides are changing with this moon. We have the 4th card down as the Tower, and then the Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 3 of Swords above the fire. So fire, earth, air, and water. So Aries is here, and it goes across all the way down to Pisces here. So I'm going to do them one at a time, and I'm going to clarify. I already have 3 cards out, but I'm going to clarify with the Rider, the Rider-Waite Mini as well. So with the 5 cards underneath, that underlying energy of the Lovers, which for me just means affection. So it doesn't have to be romantic affection, but it can be for sure. But we have the Tower, so something suddenly comes in with the Lovers. So Lovers suddenly, or a sudden explosion, so it could be either a breakup or a sudden coming together, but it's very positive energy overall, or sudden epiphanies about Lovers, and the Queen of Cups upright, so she's not the Queen of Cups reversed, it's a different energy. Because then we have the Destiny card of, destined things and fate and good fortune. And then the 3 of Swords, which has to do revolving around heartbreak and a 3-way situation. Or it could just be hurt feelings as well. So that's the underlying energy. It's really coming up to, it's like these 4 cards are coming up to wipe out that 3 of Swords. And it could just be something that got rained out too for the 3 of Swords. So let's see what comes up for each sign. And then I know it's kind of messy down here, but I'll clarify all that when I get there. The underlying energy then here is the Lovers. For the Thoth deck, we have sorrow in the underlying energy, so it's definitely revolving around that grief card, which came up in the read. And then for the Kipper deck, underlining is the privileged lady with unexpected income. Okay, that's just underlining. And despair was underneath that. So, but that's like a masculine despair card. It doesn't have to be them. All right, so I'm just shuffling here. We're going to start with Aries. So water signs have something unexpected coming in. We got the Tower up right there, which it can be good, bad, or indifferent. It just depends. It can be an epiphanies. It can be an orgasm. So the Tower has lots of different meanings, but definitely coming up in the read with someone being kicked out of the house, and a sudden change, and suddenly going and doing something that you are inspired to do. All right, so I think we're good here. All right, so we'll start with Aries. When we have Aries, we have the King of Swords. He's been coming up upright every time, which is great. And he's been coming up in one spot. Even when all the other cards are reversed of the 12 signs, he's been coming up in different spots, but upright. So there's definitely truth and justice coming out, integrity being used, but justice system also, professionalism, standing in your integrity. Here for Aries, we have the mature man and the Emperor. So this is very powerful energy here. The Emperor who's mature and in his truth. So there is the 3 of Swords above it. So let's see why Aries is getting that. So because everything's so powerful, and they're just really character figures there, and all about being in truth or using your words, maybe for your occupation, very much about intellect and logic. But why do we have the 3 of Swords above that for Aries? All right, so a card flipped over in here, so I'm going to pull that up. We have the 9 of Pentacles upright with the Wounded Warrior. All right, this can definitely be a masculine with a feminine, where she's in her power and he's a little defensive here. He's a little guarded because he's been so hurt by the war. Okay, so this is your Emperor. This is your King of Swords. This is your mature male, but he doesn't look very mature. Or he could be this person. This, for me, is usually more feminine. But this can also be just the Emperor's independence, and the 3 of Swords above it has to do with the heartbreak and dealing with someone who's been very severely wounded. Okay, so that can be his heart or somebody else's heart. So I'm not going to put them down, but that's Aries. We also have injustice of this person. This person feels, that they were done wrong. So that either by this feminine energy, or this is him, and this is the feminine energy around him, whether it's the divine feminine or someone else. This is Aries, okay? So the main cards are all very masculine. So it's more about a masculine energy who's in their power. So this could be the masculine, but it can be the feminine. So however it fits for you, you know which way it is. All right, so someone's grieving still, the injustice of it, okay? And that can very much be the masculine. All right, so that's Aries. Someone who's in their power, but still grieving a loss. Or in their independence, okay? Again, they're all very, very stable men. Mature, Emperor, and the King of Swords. There's no love there, you see. So he could just be hurting himself as well, because there's no love there. Then we have Leo, the Star. It's a beautiful card for Leo, and the Journey. And the universe, but it's upside down. So this is incompletion, or that their world suddenly got turned upside down. And I was just getting a train overturned. And again, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine just came through recently for the Divine Masculine. Or a decision may have been overturned, whether it's in his favor or not, but there's travel here. So let's see what comes up for Leo here. Yeah. So that could be healing, or maybe going on a trip to heal, or dreams come true, or stardom. But somebody's traveling, possibly on a train, or a train could have fallen off the tracks. But let's see what happens. But we have three, you know, we have heartbreak at the top. Or separation, because we have separation as well. Let's see. All right, so these all just dropped out for Leo. We have the Eight of Wands reversed, the Ten of Swords upright, the High Priestess, and the Magician. So for me, this very much can come up as the masculine and feminine together. But it's like after this energy. After this not expressing feelings, holding back, delays in communications, all of that stuff, and the painful ending and betrayal now come out on top. So this just could be denoting the Three of Swords at the top, what happened, and now they're in their power with the Star. Like this could be someone definitely coming together to work together for sure, and they're going on the road. And the world reverse may be saying, we're not going to go fully around the world, but we're definitely going around the world. So that's very lovely for Leo. Okay, so the heartbreak may be over. We have a lot of power coming in here. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Leo, check it out. This is rising above. Maybe not getting enough sleep, but this is okay. So people are letting go to make repairs and fix things up on a quest for the truth and detox. There's still some stuff you got to work on, but look, you got the Wheel of Fortune there too. It's really positive for Leo. And there's the world reversed again. So world may still be a little bit upside down, or just going, you're in another world now, right? So trying to orient yourself to this new world that you're in, you know, for Heros, Gamos, and all that energy that comes in, or traveling around the world to work. And dealing with the fact that it's the full moon right now and those energies are difficult. Leo's really beautiful. All right. We have here Sagittarius with the Ace of Swords reversed. Change, and the Princess of Cups, so it's like the Page, but reversed. So again, it's the Page of Cups, just like in the read was reversed as well. So this is, for me, is about lies, obviously. It could be one big lie. It could be a split or divide, cutting through the crap, pulling Excalibur, right, from the stone, finally be able to release it. In that sense, it could be good to make the change himself. Like, after waiting, I'm done waiting, I'm pulling the sword from the stone myself. I'm going to be the change that needs to be made. But someone's feeling very vulnerable or rejected with the Page of Cups reversed here because of that Three of Swords up top. So let's see what Sagittarius has in addition to that. Okay, this just flipped out. All right, so they're still grieving the loss of the battle. This is PTSD. And the Emperor reversed. So the Emperor at Aries was upright. Here is an Emperor reversed. So this could be out of control or ego death in the aftermath of the war, laying down swords, maybe even apology, but someone's feeling very either grief or shame and guilt. They can't face it. This is all the same person. So this is okay. And then we have Emperor and Empress, both reversed. This could be the War of the Roses, right, where they were fighting either a relationship war or partnership war, whatever it is, or it could be parents who are fighting with their child. Okay. Somebody may be fighting to, because they need help. They need this energy of a younger person because they can't handle it on their own. Maybe they're fighting for their life and they need help and they're refusing because they don't want them to be dependent on them anymore. Maybe they don't really need the help, but they're just using that as an excuse. So they don't have to do anything. But this definitely can be a divorce or a big breakup of a business or partnership as well. It can be a breakup of family too, like this, the parents, and then this is the son or the daughter. Okay? But they are not in good energy here. Or one or both could be sick or ill. That could be too. And they need someone who can constantly help them, or they're being put in a nursing facility, so they're mad, but they're ashamed because they can't do it anymore, which makes sense. Not one person can't take care of someone like that full time. It's too much. If you go to a facility, you have many people who can love you and take care of you, and I know, because that's what, my mother's in a facility right now. This is the King of Cups reversed, though. This could be someone who's just, this could be someone who's just sad and having a hard time with this whole situation, or it could be a manipulator or someone who's an alcoholic. All right? So someone here may be an alcoholic and had to be institutionalized, or he is, and he's one of these people. Or this person's an alcoholic and they can't care for these people, or they can't live up to their expectations. This is all Sagittarius. So there's also like father, like son. There's some alcohol issues here, or emotional manipulation here. Okay? That needs to be taken care of. But there's a lot of either ill or, negative energy here. Someone's trying to help and someone's feeling ashamed. Or just someone's really sad because their parents are both gone now. And this person doesn't understand how this person can be okay already. Right? So this person maybe amidst all these unhappy people, but they're fine, so. Or this person wants to help them, but they're too ashamed to accept their help because this person's having a hard time too. This could be just someone who's grieved. These two all could be grieving, or these could be manipulators. This could be a spoiled brat who has a drinking issue. So it just depends. And then just being present to the situation. Someone may be looking for their ships to come in, but there's nothing to look for. There's nothing there. And the King of Swords reversed. So this could be someone not in their truth still, or dealing with lies. Or this could be a cutthroat legal person too, where, like I said, this could be War of the Roses between husband and wife. Okay, so Sag, sorry about that. There's definitely, the heartbreak definitely is still going on for Sag. This person's probably just getting over it, but this one's over it. Leo's good. Then we have Earth. We have the Fool reversed for Taurus. We have the Official Person and Failure, but reversed. So that's good. So it's like the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So it's like implementing a new plan, a strategy, and very much this could be a military strategy here. In the fall, someone fell from grace. So it could be someone in power, fell from grace or tripped up, lacking faith, whatever it was, or literally fell and hurt themselves. An official person who's strategizing a new way to go about things. So this is being called failure. So normally this card isn't called failure. So since it's not failure, it's because he's able to pick up the pieces and start again, even though he failed. All right? Because this is someone who failed or tripped up and lacked faith. But it's okay as long as you get back on the horse again. So learning that lesson. But this could be someone who's very, exposed. So when they fall hard. So that's Taurus. Let's see what they have. But they have the Wheel of Fortune on top, so things are going their way. As long as they try to get back on the horse again, it's fine. All right, there you go. Getting back on the horse again. This is really beautiful energy, too, for Taurus. Don't worry about the mistakes that you've made. Get back on the horse. Get back on the saddle again. Come to your twin or take care of your kids and be the man that you know that you are. Or this could be someone else as well. Okay? This could be kids or twin. This could be, your best friend even. Okay? So leading the way. And this could be someone bringing their kids to cheer him up. You see how he's kind of looking the other way? Maybe he's like, he was disappointed with this energy. And so now he's coming back, all back in the saddle and good. And this person may not be able to resist, you know. They're a good person. It's okay. This could be parent and child here. This could be another parent and child. All right, but this is not, it's not fair. It's not a fair relationship. Someone's trying to push their agenda, right? Someone's trying to push their agenda. This is like the divine master. You know, there are people around them who want to keep him, you know, being their workhorse. And this is their agenda. It's not his. But he's always done this. So he's kind of looking toward this and turning away from this. But this is what he should be accepting, not this. This is the people who want to push him to do what they want him to do. Okay? And this is love. Okay? So that's coming up for Taurus. You know, don't allow people to push their agenda on you. If it's not something you want to do, don't have to do it anymore. There's definitely an unfair relationship there. Okay, and after the Ace of Wands, the Three of Cups comes up. So this is not, you don't want to offer this. You don't want to accept this offer from this. This is someone who overindulges, or they gossip. It could be the third party, but it comes off as more of a negative thing here. This could also be feeling like in the 5D when you feel like the sexual energy is forced on you. Okay, so going it both ways for the masculine and the feminine. There's no feminines actually represented in here, but you know, the King of Pentacles can be the feminine mastering her manifestation abilities as well. So just take it as it works for you. But these two are definitely related somehow, father and child, or someone who works for this person or works with them. Or it could just be him offering. He's offering an imbalanced relationship or to pay back debts. But these people are trying to push an agenda on them. I don't like this energy. Yeah. This could be someone who just got out of prison too. Okay. So be careful about people pushing your agenda and the divine masculine wanting to, you know, make people happy. Don't make yourself happy. All right, then we have Virgo. We have the Magician, Courtship, and Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, so again, this could be connected to Sag because they have Ace of Swords reversed. But we have someone wanting to make magic as far as a courtship and pull that sword from the stone. But let's see what's coming up with it. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so it's really positive energy there. So it could be a lie still, but this could just be the split. There's been a split and divide and cutting through the BS. But now again, it could be just pulling the sword from the stone, ready to go. Let's see, Virgo. What is Virgo? Why do they have the Magician, the Courtship? I always get the Courtship of Eddie's father. So Eddie might be a name that needs to come up. Why does Virgo have the Magician, Courtship, and the Ace of Swords? Okay, so we're getting the same as Taurus. There could be someone with Taurus and Virgo in their chart, or we're dealing with a Taurus and a Virgo. And they could be sun, rising, or moon. It doesn't have to be sun sign. But this is definitely end of a family or emotional cycle or a very unhappy family. And this person coming out of that, back in the saddle, with energy of this, which can be, is just very loving memories from the past, children, or this is twins coming together, or loving children. And being his, you know, his authentic self. Coming out of this and coming back to this. But then we go into that Taurus read. So it's the same energy. So watch out for for people pushing their agenda on you. Make sure what you're being offered is in your truth, not just theirs. Not wanting to just be the good person and help, because we went through this whole discussion in this read about wanting to be the good guy. Don't be the good guy. Be the authentic guy, the one guy or girl. Be the one who's authentic to themselves first. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the top. This is all good stuff. And here we have reiterating, there's an end of family here, or end of an emotional cycle, or a family that's just chronically unhappy and there's nothing you can do about it. But there's sudden wealth with the 777s, and sudden wealth doesn't have to be money. It could be anything. I'm losing my voice. And it's funny because I was at the casino last night. They have the weirdest slot machines these days. And you can't figure out why you're winning, but they're very hard to understand. So here is futility. So it's like the 7 of Swords. You know, like why go to a casino when you know you're just, why play the slot machines? I was thinking about this earlier. Why play the slot machines when you know it's going to eat all your money? You're either going to hit a jackpot or you're not. So if it's not a machine that has a jackpot, you're just playing for fun. If you're playing for fun, you're going to lose it all eventually because you want to keep playing. But the futility in it, is the risk worth what, is it worth what you're doing? So it's a very good example to bring up the slot machines here. But there is sudden wealth here. Maybe it's sudden wealth if you take a risk. All right, because we have an end of cycle here, or a very unhappy family because maybe they've lost a lot of money, or just business isn't going well, or your job's not going well, or you lost a job. So this is the situation. And there is sudden wealth, or there could be sudden wealth if you take this risk. That is the risk worth the effort. But you have the Wheel of Fortune at the top. And let's see what else is coming up for Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn has this. All right, so this is the risk, because someone's been offered something, whether it's love, friendship, an opportunity that they'll love. But this person's, they're mastering, grounding, and integrating. They're taking their time. They're not going to jump on something. He's thinking deeply about it. But this looks like all this. So is that something he really wants? And look at all this. He has to give up all of this to get this. And this is the struggle for the Divine Masculine, because he doesn't understand that this is not this, right? Love is always worth more than all of this stuff. And this is unhappiness. This is unhappy or dysfunctional family. It could be money loss, family loss, or just no abundance, right? And this is emotional unhappiness or the end of a cycle. There's no going back. But him just could be going back and forth about that energy, a masculine or the feminine. But like they have to end everything in their life in order to go forward on this journey. So it's very much about that, say, for the twins. Or it could be for children as well, needing to make some kind of big decision, whether or not to accept this or not. Grounding and integrating, an offer of love, or an offer of something you're going to love if you do it. But getting past all of this, which may already be negative, but it's what they know, and it's also family, and becoming into your authentic self. Sometimes you need to disconnect from everyone in your family because they don't agree with your way of life. But that's okay, because if they don't love you for who you really are, then why do you want them around you in your life? This is the whole point of this. But this is very much about the masculine breaking through into its authenticity. Okay, because after that is that, and then we go into that Taurus and Virgo energies. So the earth signs are very well connected. They're all very powerful as far as things going forward and standing in their power of authenticity and cutting through the crap. And then we have air signs with the Queen of Cups at the top, which is also wonderful energy, very much of the Divine Feminine. Here we have the Seven of Cups upside down. So it can be just getting real. It can be limiting your choices down to one. It can be ignoring your synchronicities, or it can be, letting go of all the attachments in your life, all the crap that you don't need anymore, whether they're people, things, places, whatever it is. And then we have high honors in doing this. And then the Queen of Wands is reversed. So she's either tired of this or she's pissed. Or she's just sick and not herself. But this is Gemini. There may be some honor that they don't deserve, that they had to let go of or something. There's a Queen of Wands reversed, and then the Queen of the Queen of Cups up top, which is upright. So let's see why Gemini has those energies. Why are they getting real? Why is there high honor, and why is there the Queen of Wands reversed? All right, so there's grief. Let's see what else is coming up here. So there's grief. This is the PTSD stuff. So dealing with post-war stuff and grief, guilt and shame, whatever it is, whether this is someone out of control completely or ego death. It could be either, but it's after the war issues. What do we do? Where do we go from here? Confusion. And trying to get real, trying to limit your options. So we go back into the Emperor and Empress again. And this whole storyline, whoever that was with. Was this Taurus? I can't remember. But anyway, shares that whole, the Gemini shares whoever had this same storyline with the War of the Roses in the aftermath of the war. Okay. So just trying to deal with that and be willing to accept help from others. But do you want help if it includes this, right? Because you don't know about that. It's not sincere. Or it could be, you know, manipulative people, people who have alcohol issues or emotional issues, right? So can you be picky about who you want to receive help from? But it's also getting past pride to receive help. That's Gemini. And they got a Queen of Cups above them. You know, that's a really positive energy. So they have help there if they can let go of pride to receive it. And could be some codependency of Gemini as well. So we have the Page of Wands here for Libra reversed with a message and luxury. So this is like the Four of Cups. Well, that's interesting. I don't think of the Four of Cups as luxury. But I guess if you can afford to reject something, that it's considered a luxury. So, and there looks like cupcakes here for me. Cupcakes and, yeah, oh, like, you know, lots of trophies, lots of cupcakes, you know, everybody gets an award. That kind of luxury feeling I'm getting. So this could be a child who lost. Maybe someone had a competition, they didn't win, so they're mad. This could be someone having a temper tantrum, uninspired. It could be an adult as well, and can be a message that they don't want to offer their energy, or they're having a temper tantrum. Be holding back, you know, offering for a date, you know, maybe holding back their passions till they hear back in a message. And this has to do with that offer that you're grounding and integrating, whether you want to accept it or not. So he's not upside down until he decides to accept the offer, and this could be someone asking someone on a date. Do I, do I not? Do I, do I not? I get everything my way. I got cupcakes, I got trophies, I have everything. Do I really need this in my life? I'm not doing anything until they send another message. Or they send a message and they're waiting to hear back. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. This is coming up here. All right, that's Libra. Could be someone around Libra saying that as well. Let's see what else we have. This could be lack of inspiration or just, you know, children having temper tantrums too. All right, so this is coming up for Libra. We have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Ace of Swords. So definitely cutting through the crap. This could be negative self-talk. It could be like I'm getting this is like the Queen of Wands saying, I'm so tired of saying the same thing over and over again. And then like slamming them with the big sword. Look at that. It's two women in a fight to the death. Queen of Cups reversed and Queen of Swords reversed. All swords here. You know, well, she's not, but it looks like that energy. We have Queen of Cups upright at the top of this column, who could be a different water sign than this one. Or it could be this one when she was upright. There may be something sudden happen which made her upright, but has to get past this situation. All right, so this person has, let's see, they're burdened by the affection or the lover. Carrying a big burden. I mean, they could just be reversed because they're fighting with each other. Or this one has emotional issues or manipulation issues or cries all the time. You know, this could be someone who cries wolf, you know, with all the burdens. But there's affection here, like, or they cry to get affection. Oh, woe is me, and this is what I'm getting. They cry to get affection, and this person isn't having it anymore. That's the Queen of Swords reversed. She's gonna cut you one if you don't shut up. So it could be sisters too. But this could be like the karmic and the feminine, or vice versa, depending on your situation. But here's somebody in a divorce here. So this could be this energy feeling like this. Maybe she's not a bad person, but she's feeling like this because of her truth and triumph, that this person gets their feelings hurt. All right? But there's love being offered in this situation. So this person could be a Taurus with water in their chart on this side, but there's fire here too. So, and this could just be love offered to the situation. Love, and this could be separate as love and spirituality offered to this situation. Or again, like I said, there's a Taurus energy here. And all right, so we have the Queen of Wands here too. reversed. And she was there in the Gemini. So do you want this love from her if she's reversed like that? She could just be sick or ungrounded, so that's okay. But if she's pissed off or she's demanding, having a temper tantrum and demanding her way and pretending to offer love, yeah, that's kind of weird, this situation here. So, especially with this. So again, is someone having temper tantrums? So that Page of Wands reverse could be the same person as this, having tantrums or uninspired or just saying, I'm not doing it until I get my way. So she's pretending to, or she could be offering love for real, or she could be doing it to manipulate. But they're all three queens in this clarifier are reversed, so I wouldn't want to deal with this situation. This Queen of Swords reversed, the Ace of Swords coming in, she's triumphing, but she's reversed. So whether she's negative self-talk or she's verbally abusive in doing this, she's giving her truth but hurting other people's feelings, even though if she's not, she could just be in her truth but feeling bad for doing this. But this person is crying about a lover and burdened by it, or because she's losing this situation, maybe a divorce, or thinking outside the box, alternative. And there is love. So like this person could be splitting up because this person is actually gay and this is her lover. So this person's offering love to her, and this person's saying, I knew it. That, you know, because this someone's breaking up from a marriage and coming together, or they're just coming together in an alternative relationship. Sorry, I'm probably like having the cards up here the whole time, but you see the cards. All right, but it's kind of a messy situation. And then you have her in this situation, holding back a new life, holding back money, issues at work, third party through work, or leaving a job. Like, so there's a lot of mess here for Libra. All right, then we have the Queen of Cups up top. So there is help up top with the Queen of Cups, who's loving and nurturing. And that doesn't have to be all Libra. Libra can be in different places in that storyline. Here we have Six of Pentacles reversed. This is for Aquarius. The Courthouse and adjustment. So adjustment needs to be made. What's that say? All right, so this is just like this. This is the Justice card. It's number 8 in this deck. So sometimes Justice and the Strength card are flipped around depending on the deck. This is Justice, the Courthouse, and inequity. So something's not fair, but we have the Queen of Cups up top, and she's loving and nurturing and kind. Let's see what's going on with Aquarius. Well, where's the unfairness or inequity here with Justice? Because the Justice card's up, right? Let's see what flipped over here. So someone's been released from prison. Maybe I'm just getting of their own recognizance. So maybe someone's worried that if this person gets released, that they're going to be in harm's way. This is someone who's insincere, jealous. You know, somebody is maybe fearful of someone getting out and coming back to get them again. And here's that Queen of Swords. So this goes into that whole Libra storyline. So there may be an Aquarius who's involved, who just got out of prison, or has jealousy issues. So the Aquarius may have been in prison because of whatever happened in this situation, because there was a breakup, because of an affair, or whatever. Or the Aquarius is worried because the Libra was in prison and getting out, or somebody else in their environment. But this is very negative energy. I mean, there's a release here. This could be letting go of anxieties, but this is, you know, false energy. Or this could be just feeling like they can't give love. There's some negative self-talk here. And yet they triumph. Or they're offering their side of the story to this Queen of Cups. So however that works for you, the Queen of Cups is upright at the top. So there could be twin girls actually involved here, where one's upright and one's reversed for this. But there's definitely court dealings here, because we got the court and justice and inequity. There's some kind of unfair distribution, whether it's equity or within the relationship or in feeling imprisoned. All right, let's go to the air signs. We have 9 of Pentacles reversed. The Lovers, this is Cancer, and Knight of Cups. So 9 of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers, and Knight of Cups. So this is that offer of love and the Lovers, and this is someone maybe no longer single anymore, suddenly. This could be loss of power, but in a good way. I'm not seeing anything negative with the Knight of Cups and the Lovers together. And the Tower. This is suddenly losing their single status. Let's see what else comes up for Cancer. I mean, it could be sudden loss of something. Maybe somebody manipulated them, but I'm not getting that. Look, that. And this. So we have the Six of Cups, the Journeyman, and the King of Pentacles. There could definitely be a sudden proposal here. Look, this is that Knight of Cups offering love on the journey, right? Presenting themselves. This could be a female also presenting to him. Then this goes, the situation will be a little bit different. Let me put the on the other way so I can get this right. So, and then again, this is coming in, but maybe this person in this situation is offering to correct the imbalance, which would be really good. That's what I'm getting. It's very positive for Cancer. Check that out. In this sense, it looks good. It's like he's saying, well, if that's true, if you're bringing all this to me in order to correct this situation, then I'm ready. That's pretty funny. This could be then the third party, which comes in, but in a positive way. The other situation was more negative. So Cancer is very positive. Someone's very clear. Okay. Then we have, so that's sudden, something sudden that's really positive. And then we have Scorpio as the Hierophant reversed, the Thief, and the Devil. That's not good. So this could just be spirituality. It could be a divorce or some kind of break of contract or breach of contract, or just not wanting to do things the old way, the patriarchy falling. There may have been a thief, literally. So someone might have been fired for stealing from work. And the Devil. So the Devil could be anything. It could be really dark energies. It could be codependencies, addictions, someone who steals. But this can be from an institution, from a marriage, from a relationship, from any kind of commitment that someone's stealing. Or there's major codependencies here. Kind of curious. And there's something sudden, some sudden tragic event happens. Because we have the Tower and the Devil. We don't have the Death card, but we have the Thief. So it could be a major theft. Or someone who's well known, right? So it's a big deal because it's in the public eye. Or it could just be a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be the Devil energy. It could be a Capricorn thief. Or just got fired for something petty at work. Or someone maybe got fired for something they didn't do. Or this is the Devil energy, which just compounds this situation all the more. But there's Taurus energy and Capricorn here with Scorpio. And then the Scorpio up there. That's really intense energy. So let's see what we got for Scorpio. Scorpio. I'm getting something darkness coming into my right field of view, and I don't know why. All right, I'm going to shuffle again, but I want to show you what was coming up, because I was kind of distracted when I was getting these cards with the light. There's choosing left, so the new path, which is good, but this is whatever suffering they've been going through, purging, stress, really stressed out because people keep coming at them, maybe at work. Maybe this person's deciding to quit because they feel like someone stole from them. Maybe they never got the money that they were promised, that the institution was stealing from them, empty promises, and they're leaving. So that's one thing for Scorpio. Okay? So, and someone may have been, just constantly harassing them at work, being really tough with them for no reason. And then making him do stuff or her do stuff, and then they're just going out, hanging out and do nothing. Or this person was just telling them what to do and they're sick of it. This person could be a Queen of Cups over here. But she's okay. And this may be okay. Maybe she's giving her truth, but this person's choosing a different path. And there may be nothing wrong with this person. It just might be some difficult truth to hear. But this person's not happy. They're stressed out. They want to go somewhere else and be somewhere else. But it can be a job too. Someone's standing up. I'm going to pull again for Scorpio. So again, it's the Hierophant reversed, a thief, and the Devil. And that's someone who doesn't make commitments. So this is what else is coming up. So this is a commitment to somebody else, a connection. Being connected, this is very positive. And this is not getting sleep over this connection or rising above to let go and repair things. but they feel stolen from, or they're the one taking from the other. And here's, you know, for me, this is the quest for the impossible dream. I'm not really getting fighting here, because this is someone letting go to make amends. This could be a competition as well. Maybe somebody has to compete against a friend. So it could literally be a real competition, but they just have to compete with their friend, and it's hard for them to do that. Or this is just someone, maybe someone got robbed from their medal at a competition, you know, for kids, or anyone really. But someone might feel like, oh, as they're competing to go to the Olympics, someone might feel that someone stole their position from them to go to the Olympics. There we go, there's the devil. But it's reversed here. The devil's upright over there. So there may be some dark situation here that this person is getting into that they're not aware of. So the thief and the devil are coming up because they may just come up as alternative or spiritual, but there's more to this. So be careful. You have to be discerning, Scorpio, about what you're getting yourself into. This could just be detoxing from losing a competition too, you know, being a poor sport. Could be that as well. But the Wheel of Fortune comes right after that. There's definitely some clearing going on here. All right, it's letting go to fix things up, detoxing, codependencies, addictions, maybe a Capricorn. There's Libra, Capricorn. Okay, but this is good connection here. That could just be connection to yourself, you know. When you stay connected to yourself, you can rise above this other energy coming in. If someone wants to fight you, right? Someone comes in to manipulate you, to just allow it to be, and then things will turn back in your favor. Or the wheel comes in and turns your world around because you didn't know what choice to make. Either one at the full moon, which is today, which implements a new plan. No more hanging out and reaping the rewards. So their changes are just definitely coming in, but this is good for Scorpio. Ultimately, come to the Star card. But it could break somebody's heart. Like if you leave a job, he may be upset if you leave, but it's good for you overall. So Scorpio is not as bad as it looked. And then we have Pisces, which is 3 of Wands reversed, community, and Queen of Swords reversed. As you can see the card fully. All right, so for me, this is very much about looking back, going back to the past, or living in the past. All right, when you were accepted finally, someone who is so grateful for having been accepted into the community because they were an orphan. It just gives you that energy. It doesn't have to be an orphan, but just so you understand the energy. But the Queen of Swords is reversed here. She may still have that negative self-talk from when she was that orphan, right? Even though everything's different now, you may still have those wounds that need to come up to clear. And there's some maybe sudden events where this stuff is coming up all of a sudden that you thought that you were rid of because that was when you were a kid. And they're coming up to clear. So let's see what else is coming up for Pisces. So definitely abandonment stuff. Negative self-talk and being sneaky, telling half-truths, or wanting to come clean. So someone who just feels like they didn't lie because they were an orphan, the pickpocket, right? So this energy may be coming back up because maybe they were tempted to steal again because of that wound. Or people stealing from them because they have that wound in them from being a child who was abandoned, right? Before they got taken in by the community. So, or their past coming up and their reputation being affected by it. This could be somebody on the warpath too. This could definitely be a liar, cheater. This is not heavy liar, cheater, thief. This is more sneaky and trying to get away with half-truths and stuff like that. And it could be coming from a place of negative self-worth and talk. But this could be someone spying, cheating, lying, on the warpath, or broke down. Maybe a kid who broke down is lying about what happens so they don't get in trouble. So again, that's the community. And the Queen of Swords reverse. So if they have a queen, this is a child and living in the past energies, they may be worried that their Queen of Swords is their mom. They're worried about getting in trouble, so they lie. They lie chronically because they know how their mom is and they're very verbally abusive. This is the fallen angel. Can be someone who's impatient, loses their temper. This could be something that was canceled too, a trip or a move or anything canceled. Definitely someone who's on the warpath. Could be an ambulance too, but someone lying about what really happened. This could be that hit and run. You know, like when someone gets hit on the side of the road by accident, they run because they're scared, or if it's not their fault. But this could be someone just going to the hospital too, but they didn't make it to the hospital. Okay. Or this could be just fallen angel who's impatient. So either way, but there's some kind, this is a move. This could be a canceled celebration. That'd be a canceled move. This could be also traveling to stay with somebody else, to visit with somebody else. But it could be end of a marriage, a move, or a canceled party because of an accident, or somebody went to the hospital also. So it could have been a child that went to the hospital, or the child, because they lied or did this, maybe got, you know, accosted by police or a security guard, right? But anyway, it could have been a really bad situation happen, or someone lost. I don't see death here, but it could be some bad injury. This could be a death. Okay. It comes up as satisfaction at the end, so I think it ends well here for Pisces. So don't worry. We got the Nine of Cups and then the Hermit there at the end. So there's light at the end of the tunnel here for this situation. Don't see any deaths. I'm not really getting that, but there's definitely lying, cheating, sneakiness, or a lot of self-doubt, feeling broken, or going to the emergency ward, or a car breaks down or something. But there's lies too involved. It's like someone's really afraid to tell their parent or something like that, but everything ends up fine. Your parent didn't really yell at you. They were just happy that you were alive. I know that feeling. You know, scared to tell your parents, but they end up being different than what you thought they would. Okay, and then after that is there's an opportunity for sudden growth, or sudden epiphany, or sudden happenings, or opportunity to blow your crown wide open and deal with near-death experience. Maybe just blew open a whole, like a can of worms from when you were a child, and all of a sudden now all these wounds are coming up to clear, but you're realizing it. So for Pisces, that's really good. It's like a sudden clearing. A huge can of worms opened up, but in a good way. Okay, so let's go to the closing cards here. Oh, and I pulled out a lot because they kind of kept going for me. So these three from the top deck, we have the indolence, which is like the Eight of Cups reversed. So the Eight of Cups reversed for me is like, it's not walking away, but, you know, feeling the discomfort of this energy. It's not a good energy. It's like when you can't get comfortable in your body for no reason. And then we have the Prince of Swords, which is like the Page of Swords, which is upright. So it's news or message. Maybe they're not running away, but they're actually messaging instead of running away. And then we have the Hermit reversed and coming out with something. So someone's coming out. Even though it's uncomfortable for them, they're coming out with it. This is for everybody. So that's from the top deck. And then we have these. I usually only pull one from the Kipper deck here, but the story kept going on. So the one card for everybody would have been occupation. But, you know, this is limited to what it says. So I pulled the next card, and it was concern. So this could definitely be like a masculine concern about the feminine's occupation. Can he actually deal with that? Or he could be concerned that bad things could happen to this person in their occupation, no matter who it is. But there's a pathway here, definitely. What path does he want to take? And her. And then there's thoughts of her. That definitely could be this person. This could be two different people. He's concerned about her, and he's looking to cash in on something, or he just really likes her. And he's wondering what she's thinking about him. You see that? Or he's thinking that he can get wealthy off of her. So it could be two different perspectives. He's thinking he could marry an older woman who's got money. See? Going to court. But there's imprisonment here. So he's either feel like if he did something like that, he'd feel like he's in a prison if he marries this old person. Or this could be a mother and son who, in order to do that, he'd have to put his mother in prison for wrongdoing. That could even be for somebody. But anyway, however you take that, that's from the Kipper deck. And don't forget the privileged lady was at the bottom of that deck. Privilege, I can't talk. And then a lot of cards end up coming out of this, too, the Rider-Waite deck. because it kept going on and on. So the first card out, well, they were actually like this at first. I do 4 automatically. So this was at the bottom of the fire signs. Fire signs, earth signs, air, and water. So this is the fire signs, you know, getting a handle on their inner beast, or just being strong, or it could be a Leo around them. It's positive energy. And then we have the bottom of the earth is the, you know, coming to a peaceful place or traveling across waters. Could be children going back and forth between parents and also to activities as well, but finding peace there for earth. And then for the air signs, we have hanging out, being wise, or just hanging out in limbo, seeing other perspectives, maybe literally inverting to help your spine. And then we have the water signs who are letting go to patch things up or make amends, right? Could be working on a house or working on their relationships, maybe learning to let go and spending money. Could be someone who's usually Scrooge. So being strong to go to a peaceful place and just hang out, and that it's okay to just be still and to let go some money to fix things up. But then we have, this could be working out in the yard, doing any kind of lifting work, but also could be carrying burdens, the weight of the world upon your shoulder. But also could be just doing this work to make somebody happy, to make the group or their family happy. But then we have this. So there definitely could be like a sudden death with the tower coming up here for water signs. All right, so either she's ill, so it could be an illness, and it's a Scorpio with Taurus, and that could be it, that maybe she's ill or she had a miscarriage. That could be miscarriage as well. Or it could be, you know, a mother who's passed, mother, aunt, grandmother, whoever it is. But people saying, oh, we were just celebrating, or we were just talking about them, and then I heard they passed away. Okay? But these people may have been carrying a heavy burden and taking care of this person, or she's abusive. Maybe she's a Scorpio who's mean, a mean boss, or a mean mother or grandmother. So it's either Scorpio energy or a complete transformation, whether they all of a sudden got sick or all of a sudden got well, or all of a sudden were nice now, or all of a sudden are mean now. So it could be complete transformation there. But then we have the Two of Cups of coming together. So a meeting of the minds here. Dark night could be coming out of this, leaving this person behind, whether for good or for bad. Like if they passed or if they're a mean person, they don't want to be around them anymore. But coming to terms, seeing eye to eye in maybe a divorce situation that they need to split. That could be as well. And this person's a little defensive. All right, so we got this person who knows what they want to do, and then we got this person. This one could be really bossy and manipulative. But this looks very positive, okay? These two are very positive here. There's some very nice energies around this. Then we have, but this person's defensive because they've been through a lot. And may have just freed themselves from anxiety or prison or the situation they were in. There's a lot of pain here. Long, painful ending and betrayal and, you know, a negative past. This definitely could be between the twins. So divine feminine feeling hurt. Could be the masculine too. This is someone's psychic abilities or being in their knowing, being peaceful and quiet into themselves, not talking about it. And then aligning themselves, working on details, aligning, cracking codes, aligning with their desires. Streetcar named Desire, but there's definitely in their knowing here. This is someone who knows. They know that it was all for a reason, and they're working to align with it. But here's still the injustice of it, feeling the balance was unfair. But then we come up to the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new life. So feeling the injustice, but then it's like, and when I kept going through the cards, it was going back and forth. So there's still a lot of work to do, but it's going forward. So it's really positive in the end. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. And happy full moon day, September 14, 2019. Drink your water, get your rest, be joy. Rise and be love, guys. Bye.